Alright guys, we're on 6 through 10, okay? What y'all do on number 6? You grouped it, yeah? And what do the first two have in common? N squared, there you go. That leaves you with n plus 2. And we're going to take out a negative sign. And what do the back two have in common? 9. Just be careful. 2 negatives would make a positive n. 2 negatives would make a positive 2. Alright, they match up. So n plus 2 and n squared minus 9 is not your final answer. It's right, it's just not finished. What do you notice about
the square? N squared.
the square right here? What do you notice about these two guys?
They're both squares.
They're both perfect squares, so that means we can do it just like we did number 4 yesterday. So it'd be n plus 2. And then how would I split up n squared minus 9? Yep. Perfect. There you go. That's your answer. All right, number 7. This is another one of those that's got a 5 and it's got a 6, okay? So it's got to multiply to be 6, but it has to add or subtract to be negative 5. So which one of those will give you that?
Negative 2 and negative.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, and then number 8, you got 2 terms. They don't have a GCF, but what do you notice about both those numbers? Perfect squares. There you go. What's the square root of 441? 21. Look at you. And what two signs will give me a negative? Positive and a negative. Ethan, what you got, buddy? 7?
E minus 6 and E plus 1.
No, because that would give you a negative 6, not a positive 6 when you multiply. Remember we talked about that yesterday, how this one, when it had 5 and 6, you had to be real careful.
Oh, okay.
Because it's got to match up to be those same signs as well, okay? All right, what about 169h squared? What would I write there? 13 what? H. There you go. There you go. All right, perfect. All right, and 2 more. Number 9. So what are you doing to this 4 on the outside? Are you adding it, subtracting it, multiplying, or dividing it? You're multiplying it. Very good. So when you break up 80, when you bring anything out, you're going to multiply it by 4. So can I bring anything out to start with? What you got? There you go. You can take out your 2 letters. So that would be, what'd you say, 6? And then you said just G. Very good. All right, what about 80? How does 80 break up? Somebody let Jasmine in. 16 and 5. Very good. And then you get to take the 16 out as what number? 4. But don't forget to multiply it by the 4 in the front. So that'd be 16. Very good. And then square root of 5. All right, what about number 10? What can you do here? K squared. Very good. And just a K. Very good. Very good. And what's this guy get to come out as? Just a K. Pretend like that's a decent looking K. Y'all okay? Alrighty, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over our ACT from yesterday, 17 and 18. And then we're going to get in our groups and we're going to work together. And we're going to review for our test tomorrow, which should be a very simple test. Because what do you get to use tomorrow? Get to use your calculator. So, get to use your calculator. Should be pretty easy. It should not be hard. You get to use your calculator all day tomorrow. All day. All right, 17. Here we go. They were really nice. And they gave you this guy right here. Oh, yeah, it is. All right, look. This is from Algebra 1, okay? All right, so they want you to find which term? The 6th term, right? So that means 6 is what letter in here?
N.
N. So instead of a sub n, it's a sub 6. And instead of a sub n minus 1, what would be n minus 1? 6 minus 1, which is 5. Which you should already see something special about that guy right there. What is that?
39.
That's 39 right here. They gave it to you, okay? Plus, n minus 1 is just what? 6 minus 1, which is just 5, and that is squared, okay? All right, so look, here's the deal. You ready? Every second that you save is very, very priceless, basically, on the ACT. Because how many questions are on the ACT? 60. So if you can shave 1 second off by not writing down things you don't have to, how many seconds does that save you through the whole test? An entire minute, right? So if you can do your calculator, instead of writing stuff down and then typing it in, and then writing stuff down and then finding your answer, just use your calculator. We know a sub 5 was 39 plus 25, and don't write that down, just circle that answer, and you saved yourself an extra second from writing things down. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, I got 2 people at least. All right, what about 18? So let's see. Start with the actual question. The whole thing is not the actual question. What kind of words would prompt you to be a question? Which? Yeah. What else could be prompting you a question? What other kind of words? Not necessarily in this sentence. Just what kind? How? What else? What? All that good stuff, right? Start with those words and don't read the whole thing. So which of the following equations goes through 0, 7? Guys, 0, 7, it has a 0, which means that as soon as you see it has a 0, what automatically should you think? 0.
Positive. Just kidding. I don't know.
It is positive, dear, but 0 means intercept. Very good. 0 means intercept. Now, which intercept is that at 0, 7? It's the y. Which one of those answer choices has a positive 7 for a y-intercept? G and J. Very good. So, then it said, very good. Parallel means what? Same slope, which is -2. So it'd be G. You didn't even have to write anything there. Oh, we did this same stuff in Southern?
I put that.
I need to collaborate with Mr. Henderson. Not to use the same ones I'm doing. No.
Yeah, that was when we got it on Saturday. I was like,
Oh, crap. I didn't realize he was using the same one.
I was like, hey, I know that one.
All right, here we go. So we're on the very, very back
Uh,
of the notes and stuff. It's like, what, 11 and 12? Yeah, 11 and 12. Okay, the key has already been uploaded for you. The key is already there on Google Classroom. And let's just talk about this. Should you be using your calculator for number 1?
yes. It ensures you are right.
That is true, but it ensures that you're going to waste time. So this is just a simple subtraction problem. You would just subtract those guys, okay? So, but what about number 2? Would you probably want to use your calculator on number 2? Yeah. What about number 3? It would take you longer to plug it in your calculator than it would just to multiply all those by 2, right? Are y'all okay with everything?
Yes.
All right, number 12 on the next page. Guys, don't make that problem hard. Don't make that problem hard, okay? It's just like the swim problem we did. It's actually much easier than the swim problem. And yes, there will be one like that tomorrow, just like number 12. Just saying, just like number 12. Do we remember where to find the determinant from on our calculator?
Yes.
Where was it at?
Math.
Which math? There's 2 math buttons. There's one right here. That's a regular math.
Yeah.
It's in your matrix. It's the math in your matrix, right? Because we're dealing with matrices. Wait, is it in math?
I think it's in math.
Well, there's about 3 different places that you can find all these buttons, actually.
Press a button.
Nope, it's not in regular math.
You showed me how to put games in my phone.
No. All right. Here's what you need to
Go to the App
do.
Store. You can.
Find your partner and work through this study guide. Most of you probably will get most of this done fairly quickly because they're very easy problems. And the key is uploaded for you, so check your answers. Go ahead and find your partner, okay? It should be very easy. I don't have one, no.